Hello, this is Rebecca from ChemKnits. I am here with my friends from allfreeknitting.com to talk to you about blocking cotton lace. And the lace that I will be talking about today will be used to create a knit garter like the one shown here. The first step of blocking this cotton lace, and it was knit with 100% cotton crochet thread, is to get the lace damp. Now, since I'm dealing with something that is all white, I don't want to set it in the sink, so I just kind of pull it under the faucet so the lace gets a little wet and wring it out, and I will even take a towel and blot it dry because it does not need to be completely saturated for the blocking to begin. I spread a towel out on the carpet in one of the rooms of my house to actually pin the lace to. I like using a ribbed towel because the ribbing actually will serve as a guide as I pin out the lace. And so I start by spreading it, and I'm keeping the center along one of the ribs here. And I will start by just pinning the end. And the nice thing about using a terry cloth towel when you're blocking is that you also have the fibers in the towel help hold the lace in place in addition to the pins that you can see me using. And then how many pins you put in depend on the shape of the lace that you are making. So in this lace here, where I have these flowers, I guess, at the edges with 6 petals, the 2 petals closest to the edge of the lace, I will pin within those holes to help spread out and get that scalloped edge. Now as I go, I will also periodically pin the center of the lace to help, I guess, keep it from moving around too much as I continue doing this. So I'll pin into each of the flowers right here, and depending on how many, I guess you want to be conservative with your pins as you start, because there's nothing more annoying than running out of pins as you start blocking your lace. You know, even without pinning, you can see here that the lace is staying fairly well, but I will pin it out to get a nice shape to the lace. And I want to add that as I'm pinning the lace, I'm not just stretching it out in the width, I'm also stretching it in the length, because the tension while it's drying is part of what will help show the beautiful open pattern of the lace. And there we go. We now have the length of the lace pinned. And if you run out of pins at any point, you can take pins from further up along the center, and that will help. And after you pin, since we're now going to let it dry at this stage, you may go back and check to make sure that you like the way it's pinned, because the way it's pinned is part of how the lace will end up in the end. Alright, it's been a couple of hours and now the lace is dry. To complete the blocking, I am going to spray some starch spray on this cotton to help it keep its shape. So taking the starch spray, I just kind of spray it along the garter a bit, like so, and we'll let this sit and let it dry again. Alright, the starch spray has dried, which means that now we get to remove the pins. And you can see that the shape of the lace is not changing as I remove the pins. There is really no method to removing the pins, but I'm just going to show you. And even though I've only starch sprayed one side at this point, you can see that the lace is holding its shape very nicely. And the only reason why I bother spraying the other side is that I am a little paranoid. Once the lace is gathered into the garter, I won't be able to re-block it because it'll be gathered in the center spot. So I flipped it over onto the wrong side, and I'm going to spray it again. And I will, once it dries this time, then I will be completely ready to gather into the garter. So thank you for watching this tutorial on blocking lace. I'm Rebecca from ChemKnits, and this video was brought to you with my friends from allfreeknitting.com.